Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
You say that you are trekking across Teyvat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain. I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called a previous incarnation.
Oh, like a past life or something?
Yes, something far more distant than the past. So far away that you cannot perceive it.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation? Oh, okay. I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my previous incarnation. If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear. But I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil. You nearly died because of what other people did, and many died because of you. As a non-human being, you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect, a cycle of karma and consequence.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but yeah, we weren't your biggest fans.
Man, a lot of people gonna join.
If we were
Shit.
enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street! He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything. What a weird situation.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
Please, I want to see them for myself. I want to experience my own transgressions.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be undone.
Very well. As you wish.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind of on us for bringing him here.
I mean...
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Okay.
Oh, good point. Given your, unique situation, we'd better keep an eye on you.
Understood.
Thank you. Now, prepare yourselves, everyone.
You know what? Fuck it. It is bothering me so much. That was not what I wanted. Okay. So, what do I have a lot of that can feed a lot? Talk to
No
everyone.
matter what lies ahead, I'll face it. Whatever it takes. I'm just sorry that you have to join me for the whole thing.
Wonder is such a sweetie. Like, at least right now.
It's time to get ready.
More of a brat when he gets his memories, but... It was a good thing I hit myself a little bit. I was like, you know what? Probably should do that. And I was right to do that. What the fuck?
This looks like Inazuma.
Right
Oh.
now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories. These memories will show you the raw truth, but be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world. Please be careful.
Sounds like an immersive experience. It's a good thing we came along.
Where?
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
We never give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but that was your doing.
That's funny. It's like, yeah, do once, but that was your doing. I mean... There we go. Oh. Maybe I should do it in the front so we can see.
All right. Thanks.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation. You had a great many memories here.
Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace?
You could say that, in a sense. You'll see why shortly.
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners? No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved, too. No mining crew would be capable of this. There's someone passed out on the ground.
Who are you?
You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured? Huh. Not a scratch. And these fine clothes. Who are you?
This man is Katsuragi. deputy to Torichio's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the balladeer in Shake Pavilion and took him back to Tatarasuna.
And the rest is history. Well, it used to be.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor disguised as a mechanic. The balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after. As the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
You know what? I just realized what time did I start. Jeff. Man. I started working on the thing and I already messed up and I'm so upset.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
This isn't where I started. I think I would remember where the fuck I was, but apparently not. Yeah, because I would have fallen down here. And then I got here, jumped here. Okay.
Stabilize!
Yeah, no, I'm not worrying about the fucking ground effects. I wonder if I should just cut it and just redo it. It's not gonna bother me much.
Huh? What are we doing back here?
I hear voices.
Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick. He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
But you can't You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever. This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too. The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
I mean, you really have to feel for Wanderer. He's got like the fucking short ass end of the stick, and it sucks for him. I'm trying to stitch. I'm trying to do embroidery right now.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
I'm just given because of the
But
way.
where are those who share?
Kaya, please stop. Kaya. Yeah, Kaya, can you shut him up? Thank you. Which reminds me. I forgot. I'm supposed to be looking for shit. It's fine. Whatever. Hopefully I didn't miss nothing. We'll find out. Okay. I'm pretty sure. If I did, y'all probably were yelling at me. Potato. I don't know if I want to outline.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon, one that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
The long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
Miscalculated.
First time around. The gas. The gas room.
This place is dark.
Paimon knows this place. It's the delusion factory in Inazuma.
In the original version of events, the traveler once encountered the balladeer here.
Such a creepy atmosphere. And so familiar.
Remember this, it was an unsettling place.
Hey, look over there.
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't have.
Huh. What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan. Perhaps you find fighting in the abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the doctor.
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone else. Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
I mean, you don't make it.
Poor little tongue? She's playing with fire talking to me like that. Who does she think she is? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a warm welcome.
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story to come. Wanderer, are you able to continue?
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
Stop it.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results and your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Freeze! Ha! Ha! Ha!
I was trying to see if I can get.
Order guide you.
Okay, hold it both in it.
Dodge this. This moment will be frozen in time.
Because I think I can't remember, but I feel like I cut them off
Ha!
on my
Freeze!
main one, and I was so upset. I was like, God damn it!
Ah! Ha! Ah! Gather. Cool it. Ha!
Where the fuck is that fucker?
Yahoo!
I will have order.
Don't move.
Freeze. Ha! Ha!
I wonder who we fought, or what it was like. I know they probably described it, but I don't remember too well. Like the looting factory.
Looks like we have arrived in Sumeru. Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the Abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
Nobody likes
that person gives off a very sinister energy.
I was just gonna say nobody likes the doctor, but there is a Tumblr account that I sometimes the only reason why I follow because they what the fuck is his name? It's the banker guy, and the banker guy's kind of hot. But the person like ships the doctor with the banker guy, and like, so I can't say nobody likes the doctor. I mean, I have to admit, like, you know, he is kind of attractive, but he's evil, so he's not evil attractive, if you will. Like, he's not attractive enough for me to excuse the evil shenanigans. Like, it's kind of like the Kabuto shenanigans, because I really loved Kabuto. Like when we were first introduced, and I'm talking about Naruto. Like, when we were first introduced to Kabuto, I was, like, absolutely in love with him, because I was like, oh my gosh, he's so sweet, so hot, and then he found out he's evil, and then I was like, no. I'm sorry, I was like, no! I was so devastated. Because I was like, I can't be with an evil person. He's evil. I just can't. So, yeah.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
Let's move on.
God damn it. I needed the word bejeebers. Because, like, I say that a lot. You think they say bejeebers? And, like, I wonder where that is a reference to. Got the little hat almost stitched out. Yay! Because unfortunately the hat is... Is there anything else I might need? I think it's yellow, then black, then yellow, then black. Or can I go black, yellow? So I can cheat, but I feel like...
You're a god. Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes, you are evil.
But...
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear. No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass.
Alright. Sorry, I was like, I saw a thing and I was like, what's that? So I started...
Can you return my memories to me?
Huh? But won't that mean you'll lose your current identity?
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules, with each person being a collection of past experiences. As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with the void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self.
Is this the true meaning of Maka's word? A person can erase themselves, and even though the original mother is gone, this person will live on in this place. I'm like, is the auto working? Are you a person's sense, an inseparable part of your
I've always
destiny?
felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself. So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose, to change my destiny, and end my wandering.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours. You have made your decision. Now, take this.
He will remember, but the world will not. So, he will remember his sins, but the world will not.
Set him free?
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is my...
Is he alright?
I'm unstuck!
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end. Die. This is trying my patience.
Have you got all your memories back now?
Shit.
Have you got any more stupid questions?
I actually have to fucking dodge for this.
Squall and Fury. That's far enough.
At my command, you shall fall.
The wind rises. You're dead.
Insignificant pest.
I'm curious, actually.
My endless.
The trial one is at 61.
Relax.
I know I have my Wanderer here too. They're right next to each other. Yeah, I really need to give him better artifacts and shit, because that's the artifact shenanigans. Because his health and attack is much better than my own. So, what's his artifact looking like? Okay, so he's got a set of 16. Pure 16. They are... Yeah, I have gold and stuff, but not only like a couple of them are. What are... So, and then my weapon is only at 20. What's his weapon at? 61.7. Oh, and it's just a legit weapon. So. Can I enhance this shit? I gotta do some work. No wonder why I haven't increased it. That's cool. The only reason why I would increase the other ones is because they're gold. Like, it's not gold. Like, I would only want to increase the gold ones. I'll hate them as gold. So that's probably why I'm not doing anything right now with them. I need to fucking increase this shit a bit better. Yeah, it's like 447 and I'm like 221. So I need to do a lot of work right now. This priority is like basically that way. So.
Begin!
Behold!
Can't do much right now.
Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
Go from Pete.
It disappeared. Did we win?
If it disappeared, then
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back to your old self. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too. What have you got to be smug about?
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am.
Now that your memories are covered, the past will catch up to you.
You sound like you're concerned about me. But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
Alrighty. Is there any more chests in here? Oh, I wish it would let. I don't know why. I want to go down there. I really want to go down there, but it won't let me. I find it bullshittery. I'm just checking to make sure there's no chests. Lord knows it would bother me. Okay. Any chests down here? Nope. Won't even want to go that way. Alright, I guess I'll leave the domain. Man, I'm gonna go to work tomorrow.
Welcome back, traveler. Paimon, Balladeer.
What?
It feels like we just went on a really long journey. Paimon's exhausted.
You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably change it.
You mean you don't want to go?
After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even remember who the Sixth is.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
Let's call it a tattoo.
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless. At least I made a lot of people forget about me.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that. Changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people, these are not simple things to accomplish. What you are looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not heed your will.
Indeed. How ridiculous.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little in return?
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan. But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it.
Oh.
Oh, right. I almost forgot. You're the good guys. You're into justice and all that. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets can be uncovered. Including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before and after that point? I want to know as well. I will try.
Traveler.
Yes?
After I dove into the information torrent in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma?
So what you changed?
So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how. Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back. Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to zero. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up trying to become a human a long time ago.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction of your life.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but the most important thing now is that you need to follow Nahida. Otherwise, all our efforts will have been for nothing.
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
Ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you, too.
Why?
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
Paimon, you didn't even know he existed.
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the future.
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking. The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
No, Paimon only does nicknames. If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
Okay. So, you cannot name...
Have you got anything?
I already know. Okay. So, name changing rules. Rules and disclaimers for name modification. You can obtain an item and a previous stroke from the Archon quest interlude. Mission Genesis doesn't allow you to change Wanderer's animal name. Please take note that some names cannot be utilized in this change. Once you have renamed this character, some interfaces in the game are going forward will display the net name you chose. There is a limit on number of times you can rename this character, so do so with care. Blah blah blah. Pretty much don't be an asshole about it. Like, don't name him something like fucked up. They have a right to restrict any names. Do not follow the rules, yada yada yada. So we are editing his name. We are not calling him Wanderer. And so, like, I remember how I said it was supposed to be electric child. I re-looked at like my thing, and I actually misremembered it. It's actually electricity and ro meaning sun. So his name is still Denkiro, which I fucking took forever to look up and do a whole bunch of stuff just to find a name that like basically means the same thing. Oops. I wonder. Nope. Thank you, though. Denki means electricity. And then ro, though, and it does have the little dash above the R or the O, I can't remember which one, meaning sun. So, electricity's sun. Which, given he is a child of A, I can name him anything I want. So long as it's not another character from the game. Or whatever.
Are you sure?
I can even name him after me and he appreciates it, but no. Yes.
Oh, alright. If you say so.
There. Now you have a name of your own.
Thank you.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
Still thinking. Stop rushing me!
Take your time. I don't need to see you again until you've thought of one.
What do you plan?
Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer will have to pay the price.
You mean the Fatui?
The doctor, at least.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. But it won't be immediate. You still need some time to compose yourself.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and myself. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall. Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
I see. That is up to you.
Huh? But if we do that, then...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been. What's that look for? Don't make that face. I know what I'm doing. That day will come. Alright. We're done here. Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant. He'll need some time to calm down.
Yeah, true. But even so, after everything that's happened, he doesn't seem quite as fierce anymore.
There were some bumps along the way, but it's now
So we can finally go eat? Paimon is starving.
Paimon is always
Thank you both. I hope you will find somewhere nice to go and relax for a while.
I need to fight Scaramouche's boss a little bit more, don't I? I need to fight him. I need to open up the other boss. And I think I gotta fucking open up what's her name too.
I've got it! I can end my novel with some words from Mikoshi Nagamasa.
You mean because everyone else in the story is dead?
Yeah, I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the narrator of the epilogue. The dark clouds had dissipated, but they continued to cast their shadow in Mikoshi Nagamasa's mind for decades to come. Then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream. On the night when that prized blade, the Daitatara Nagamasa, was forged, the people rejoiced, and there was painting, dancing, and drinking. All these expressions of joy melted down in the furnace fire and turned into red clouds that rallied around the final sunrise that Mikoshi Nagamasa saw in his lifetime. Life is a story too long to be told, a journey that you must walk to behold.
And thus, I believe that's pretty much the end. Is it? Hold up. What's going on? Hope it's giving us original name. Just as the title suggests, it's really not. Like that the past become what I want to do, spread innocence. Where am I going? This way. Be best to kind of climb up here. Float, float. The music's kind of nice, not gonna lie. We'll come out of the circle. Where is it? Okay, well, we missed the circle.
It's about time we had a break.
I mean,
As
yeah.
soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back.
How long have I been doing this for?
Wow, great! Huh? Look at the vase. Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? Like, Paimon doesn't remember there being a cleaner.
The night we stayed here, Paimon flipped the table after being startled. Something to do with the volunteer and broke the vase. But the Paimon risked his existence. He changed the world, so why is the vase still broken?
You sound lost and confused. I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would find their mind overwhelmed.
Huh? Is there someone here talking to us?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance, but for anyone else, who can say? When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is not displaced. The same is true of fate. Like a vase that falls to the ground. Whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird, the result is still a broken vase, is it not?
Who are you? How do you know about all this?
History does not change easily, but human hearts can. Believe your own eyes. Only that which you see is true. What is unseen is but an illusion.
I'm hoping I'm not going over.
The voice has disappeared. And who the heck was that? And what were they doing coming out of nowhere and saying all that scary stuff?
Believe my eyes, does she mean I should trust my memories?
Anyway, that vase is still lying there broken on the ground. Should Paimon go get someone to clean it up?
Paimon,
Feels wrong just leaving it there. Just a moment. Paimon will be right back.
I wonder what else awaits me in the future. Alrighty, and with that, I'm gonna end this episode here. So for now, Tiniestofchibis is signing out.